Justin Bieber, the 31-year-old pop sensation, has captivated the world for over a decade with his rise to stardom. But behind the glitz and glamour, the signs of a darker battle have slowly been emerging. His once joyful persona, brimming with confidence and success, is now overshadowed by an unsettling vulnerability that fans can't ignore. In recent weeks, Justin has sparked growing concern across social media. His hollow eyes, strange behavior, and cryptic posts have left fans questioning, is this the real Justin Bieber we're seeing? Or is there something deeper at play? It all began innocently enough. A seemingly normal night out with his wife, Hailey Bieber, quickly became a moment that raised more questions than answers. The couple had gone to dinner at Sushi Park in West Hollywood, a place known for its high-profile clientele, but something was off about Justin that night. As Hailey sat across from him, all eyes were on the pop star, not for his charm or effortless style, but for his fraught expression. Justin had been spotted recently with a look that seemed different, almost like a shadow of his former self. His face was gaunt, his demeanor cold and distant. He wore an oversized white button-up shirt, black pants, and a pair of unusual white textured slippers, attempting, perhaps, to look more put together than his previous public appearances. His usual scruff was gone, replaced by a clean-shaven look that left many wondering if he was trying to escape the weight of the image he had built over the years. But it wasn't just his appearance that left fans uneasy. The air between Justin and Hailey that night was tense. They had dinner, but the usual light-hearted banter and connection seemed absent. Hailey, as always, was poised, but Justin couldn't hide the weight on his shoulders. As they left the restaurant, Justin raised his phone to his face, appearing to speak to someone on the other end, while Hailey quietly looked on. Hours later, Justin posted on Instagram, further fueling the concern. His caption read, "I got anger issues too, but I want to grow and not react so much SMH." The words were simple, yet the meaning was deep. Along with the post, he shared a photo of himself as a child and a snap of what appeared to be his and Hailey's infant son, Jack. But what stood out the most wasn't the childlike nostalgia, but the vulnerability in his words. "I got anger issues too." This wasn't just a throwaway statement. It was a cry for help, a moment of raw self-awareness. He wasn't just talking about anger, he was talking about himself, about the struggle that had been silently building within him, far away from the public eye. This post came just days after Justin had shared an emotional reflection on his life. For weeks now, fans had been worried about the direction he was heading. His recent social media updates had been unsettling. One post depicted him smoking what looked like a joint. Another had him pulling from a bong. His fans, ever loyal yet increasingly concerned, were left to wonder, is Justin spiraling? These cryptic posts were becoming more than just random outbursts. They were pieces of a larger puzzle, a puzzle that many feared was pointing to a dark place. Fans had noticed a pattern. Justin seemed increasingly hollow-eyed, drained of his usual spark. A shadow had taken over his once bright persona, and the social media posts reflected this. He had been battling more than just fame. He was battling himself. Weeks earlier, he had posted something even more chilling. "I feel like a fraud." He confessed to feeling unqualified most days, a line that stung, even more so because it resonated with so many people. The world had seen Justin grow from a child sensation into one of the most famous pop stars in the world. But behind the music, the fame, the millions of fans, he had struggled with feelings of imposter syndrome. He had long felt unworthy of the success he had achieved. And now, this confession about anger issues. The pieces were falling into place. It was no longer just about fame. It was about the internal struggle, the fight between what the world expected of him and what he truly felt on the inside. The next big moment came a few days later. Justin and Hailey were photographed together again, this time on a quieter outing. But once again, the tension between them was palpable. He had shaved off his mustache, a small but telling detail. His appearance seemed polished, almost as if he were trying to regain control over something that had unraveled. Fans were divided in their reactions. Some praised Justin for looking better than ever, applauding his decision to ditch the disheveled look he had sported in recent weeks. But others saw it differently. The carefully curated appearance felt like a mask, one that concealed the deeper turmoil beneath. And still, Justin couldn't escape the cloud of concern hanging over him. Fans flooded social media with their observations. "He looks better, but he's clearly going through something," one wrote. Another observed, "His most decent look in months, but why does he still look so distant?" Despite the outward appearance of success, Justin was trapped. He was now under the constant scrutiny of millions, and every detail, every new post, every new appearance was dissected by the public eye. It didn't help that Justin's ex, Selena Gomez, had just released her new album, I Said I Love You First. Fans quickly began speculating that some of the lyrics were pointed at Justin. Lines like, "How does it feel to be forgotten?" seemed to echo the pain of their past relationship, leading many to believe there was more than just a simple musical release happening. Selena's lyrics were scrutinized, dissected for any hidden messages about her time with Justin. The public had not let go of their high-profile breakup, and now, it seemed, Selena was singing about the very things that fans had speculated about for years. Was this album a form of closure? Or was it yet another chapter in an ongoing story of heartbreak? But even as Selena's album was dissected, the focus remained on Justin. The constant back and forth between his posts and his public appearances only heightened the sense of uncertainty surrounding his life. One moment, he was seen out with Hailey, looking better, but still distant. The next, he was posting images of himself smoking from a bong. His fans, desperate for clarity, were left wondering if the man they once adored was spiraling. In a particularly troubling moment, Justin posted a message that felt like a window into his soul. "I was always told when I was a kid not to hate, but it made me feel like I wasn't allowed to have it, and so I didn't tell anyone I've had it." The post was accompanied by the song I Hate You by SZA, a song that echoed Justin's own feelings of being trapped in a life that didn't align with his true self. "I feel like I was drowning, unsafe to acknowledge it," he wrote. "I think we can only let hate go by first acknowledging it's there." These words, raw and unfiltered, revealed the depth of his struggle. He was no longer the confident, carefree pop star. He was a man grappling with his own identity, his own emotions, his own sense of purpose. The rumors continued to swirl around Justin's health. His appearance, his strange behavior, his posts, they were all signs that something was wrong. But his representatives insisted that he was in one of the best places in his life. They claimed he was focusing on being a father to his newborn son, Jack, and working on new music. They said the concerns were exhausting and pitiful, dismissing the narratives about drug use and unhealthy behavior as false. But despite these reassurances, the questions lingered. Was Justin truly in a good place? Or was this just another public relations attempt to calm the storm? The uncertainty only grew as fans continued to watch his every move, hoping for a sign that their beloved star was okay. And in the midst of it all, Hailey stood by him, the supportive wife, always there for him. She had her own career to manage, but she remained the anchor in Justin's increasingly turbulent world. While it may not have been easy, she was committed to standing by him, no matter the ups and downs. At the end of the day, Justin Bieber's struggle is more than just a story about fame and fortune. It's a story about a man trying to reconcile his public persona with his private reality. It's about battling inner demons and feeling like you're never enough, even when the world tells you otherwise. The world watches, speculates, and waits for answers, but the truth remains elusive. Is Justin finding his way back? Or is he lost in the noise, searching for peace in a world that demands too much? Only time will tell. But for now, the struggle continues.